Hi everyone, this is Jacq from Epic Yard Farm. Today we're going to show you how we are setting up our asparagus beds to grow oyster mushrooms. Since we had success with growing the blue oyster mushroom and the wine cap mushroom, we wanted to do a video to show you how we plan to experiment in our asparagus beds to grow pink oyster mushroom and golden oyster mushroom. Both are heat-loving mushrooms, but we do have a drier climate here, so our plan is to grow them under our asparagus. These asparagus ferns will grow really tall and really dense in the summer, and it will shade the mushroom beds. This is our strategy, and we'll give you an update later on, but this video mainly is to show you how we will set up the oyster mushroom substrates and beds to get growing. I want to thank our sponsor SPORE for this video. They have supplied us with wonderful spawns that will be able to inoculate these beds. We have purchased for our own use of the blue oyster mushroom and wine cap mushroom and had great success with it. So we're very confident of their product and we highly recommend them because they have great resources on YouTube and their blog on how to grow mushrooms. Go to their website and check out all the amazing different species of mushrooms that you can grow. They even have indoor growing kits that you can purchase. So be sure to check them out and use our affiliate link if you can, because that will help support our channel without any extra expense from you. And be sure to use our Epic Yard Farm coupon code to save you 10% off. Because our summer is dry and hot, we will continue to hand water the straws to give it a little more moisture than let's say in the fall or winter time, so we can keep the bed moist. We'll report back in a couple months when we start seeing some growth from these oyster mushrooms.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
We're at one of the two asparagus beds that will be inoculating with the two types of oyster mushrooms that we got from SPORE. And this bed will be getting the pink oyster mushrooms. We'll first wet down the bed, and then we'll layer it with some straw and a layer of the spawn, and then another layer of straw and spawn. As you can see, we're just trying to get as much surface area for the spawn to get on the bedding so it can grow the mycelium network and then take over and start growing the fruiting body of the pink oyster mushroom. Now that we have wet down the bed, we're going to layer the first layer of straws. And then we're going to wet down the straws. Now we're ready to spread the pink oyster spawn. This is the grain spawn. Give it a good layer so your spawn has good contact with the substrate, which is the straw in this case. And we'll water it down again for good moisture. Now we're ready for a second layer of the straw. If you watched our hexagon planter video, which I'll add the link to our description, we talked about how sometimes the mulching material could cause water repellent if you have mycelium network form at the mulch. And in this case, it's okay because our irrigation line is actually below the straws. So the asparagus will still get adequate moisture from the irrigation without our mushroom substrate and bed repelling the water. The straw layer will be able to absorb if we have rain or if I apply water occasionally to give it more moisture. You will still get moisture up here, but the irrigation line below will provide moisture for the asparagus. And we'll give it another good watering at this layer. Now we'll put down the second layer of spawn, and feel free to apply thickly, that way it's got a good amount of mycelium to inoculate the straw. Now we apply the final layer of straw. Now the final watering. Now we've finished setting up the pink oyster on our one of the two asparagus beds. And if you're wondering, this is the Jersey night asparagus. It's been a really good producer for us. We planted February of 2020, so it already gave us a really good crop this year. I encourage you to plant asparagus if you can in your garden. They're perennial that can last up to 20 years if you take care of them in your garden. So we're using the summer canopy of these asparagus to shade the mushroom bed, to give them moist and shady area to grow. It's an experiment in our Arizona climate, and asparagus just thrives in the summer, so it will provide lots of protection for the mushrooms. Please follow our Instagram and Facebook page as we continue to give you updates on there, and we'll probably do a final video on when we are harvesting. So we'll repeat the same steps in our other asparagus bed, which is the sweet purple asparagus. It's a really, really beautiful purple color. And we're putting the golden oyster mushrooms in there. So we'll have the yellow and the purple kind of contrast each other. Same thing, they'll also have these beautiful ferns that will go up to about 6 feet tall that will shade the mushroom beds underneath. So follow us as we go fill up the second asparagus bed. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button. We'll be back with more fun gardening videos for you. Hi, Zira.